Have you ever wondered what lies beyond the veil of death, that final frontier that each of us must one day cross? I've spent years studying ancient texts, listening to near-death experiences and exploring the mysteries that surround our inevitable departure from this mortal realm. Picture this, you're floating, weightless, in a space between spaces. The boundaries between reality and dreams blur into a magnificent tapestry of light and shadow. This is how countless people describe their brief glimpses into what might await us all. Throughout history, every civilization has painted its own portrait of the afterlife. The ancient Egyptians believed in duat, a complex underworld where souls would navigate treacherous trials before reaching eternal paradise. The Greeks spoke of the river Styx, where Charon the ferryman would guide departed spirits across dark waters. The Vikings dreamed of Valhalla, where brave warriors would feast forever in golden halls. But what's fascinating is how similar these visions sometimes are. From the plains of Tibet to the temples of Mexico, cultures separated by vast oceans and countless centuries have described remarkably similar phenomena. The tunnel of light, the feeling of peace, the presence of loved ones who passed before. Modern science has begun to peek behind this cosmic curtain. When the brain approaches death, it releases a flood of DMT, the same compound found in ayahuasca, creating vivid, transcendent experiences. But does this explain away the mystery, or does it simply reveal one of the mechanisms by which consciousness transitions between states of being? Consider the quantum physics perspective. Consciousness might not be bound to our physical form at all. Some theorists suggest that our awareness exists in a quantum field, and what we call death might simply be a shift in how we interface with this fundamental fabric of reality. I spoke with Sarah, a cardiac surgeon who's brought countless patients back from clinical death. She told me about a man who, while completely unconscious, accurately described conversations happening 3 floors away during his operation. How do we explain that? What does it tell us about consciousness and its ability to exist independent of our bodies? There are stories that will make your skin tingle, like the case of the 88-year-old grandmother, who, moments before passing, started having animated conversations with her long-deceased husband, or the hospice nurse who's witnessed hundreds of patients describing the same mysterious figures in their room in their final hours. The most compelling evidence might come from children. Across the globe, there are documented cases of young children sharing detailed memories of past lives, describing places they've never visited and people they've never met with stunning accuracy. Some have even led researchers to verify their claims, finding deceased individuals whose lives matched their memories perfectly. But perhaps the most profound aspect of death isn't what happens after, but how contemplating it transforms how we live. Ancient philosophers taught that to live well, we must learn to die well. The Tibetan Book of the Dead isn't just about death. It's a manual for living, teaching us to release attachment and embrace the impermanent nature of existence. Think about it. Every culture that's ever existed has grappled with this mystery. We've built pyramids, created elaborate burial rituals, written epic poems, and developed intricate philosophies, all in an attempt to understand and prepare for that final journey. Some near-death survivors report experiencing a life review, seeing not just their actions but feeling their impact on others. Imagine if we lived each day with that level of awareness, understanding that every interaction, every choice, creates ripples that extend far beyond our immediate perception. The digital age has brought new questions about death and consciousness. Can we upload our minds? Will artificial intelligence help us bridge the gap between life and death? Some futurists believe we're approaching a technological singularity that will transform our understanding of consciousness and mortality entirely. But perhaps the most beautiful aspect of death is how it gives life meaning. Like the spaces between musical notes that create melody, or the darkness that defines light, death shapes the contours of our existence. It makes love more precious, joy more vibrant, and each moment more significant. As we stand here contemplating the greatest mystery of existence, remember this. Death isn't just an ending. In every culture, in every age, it's been seen as a transformation. Whether you believe in heaven, reincarnation, or the simple return of consciousness to the quantum foam of existence, death remains the ultimate teacher of life. So next time you gaze at the stars, remember that the same atoms in your body were once forged in their fiery hearts. When you feel the wind on your face, consider that the same energy flowing through you has been recycling through the cosmos since the beginning of time. Perhaps death isn't an end at all, but simply another phase in an eternal dance of energy and consciousness. The question isn't just what happens after we die. It's how this mystery can inspire us to live more fully now. In the words of ancient wisdom, live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever.